here? Oh, Sharbari Mataji, yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. A
Hare Krishna.
very beautiful video. The letter also was a very beautiful one. And the most important, or what struck me, was the power of hearing and hearing it from proper sources. So all that is happening through this wonderful group. So my heartfelt gratitude to this wonderful morning group. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for saying that, Mataji. Anybody else would like to add anything further? Saidana Mataji, would you have anything to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Actually, no Prabhu, because I did not have continuity. But I am reminded of my Dwarka visit when I went to, when I'm hearing this Leela, where they showed the letter of Rukmini Mataji, Devi, and they said this is the first love letter in the world. So that was what I was recalling, Prabhu. And also I am also in the kitchen cooking, so I am not able to reflect well on this, Prabhu. I'm sorry.
Is the Chennakesha Prabhu or Sulochana Mataji? You have raised your hand.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I like this lecture, very nice. I have one question, Prabhu, on this. What is the purpose of goal for yourself as a person, just not limited to the roles that you play? So how it is correlated in this lecture? It is just came as a presentation, Prabhu. I just try to understand how.
Rukmini had a goal here, correct? She wrote a letter. There was a purpose for her life for us. She was saying, without Krishna, everything else is not. There is nothing for me. It's zero. So Maharaj is telling us what is it that same. What is the goal for each of us, and that's something. Thank you for bringing it up. I wanted to ask each of you, or some of you at least here, if you can elaborate, if you feel safe enough to say some tangible goal beyond what is the mundane stuff that we do regularly. Anybody would like to share? When I say tangible, I mean it should be there something like a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year stuff. In 2 to 5 years, I'd like to do this, and in towards the end of my life, I want this. Something like that. Anybody wants to volunteer?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So recently I went for the workshop in Gitanagari. There I was reflecting upon this, inspired by listening to Maharaj and other people. So I set a goal of developing a taste for the holy name, which is also very high for me. But as you say, in say 2 to 5 years, I would like to develop a taste for the holy name. For that, I'm trying to start with setting a goal of making the effort to achieve attentive chanting in the next 1 year.
Nice. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandatna.
Yes, Mataji. Sulochana Mataji.
Prabhu, I have one doubt, Prabhu. So, like new bride, so here Rukmini Devi, so she went to worship Durga Devi. So from that time onwards, the Durga Devi is there, but Durga Devi is nothing but internal potency of Krishna, right?
This is external there, but yeah, you go ahead. It's a potency. It's an external potency, but yeah, please go ahead.
So from that time onwards, we have what, or even from the Dwapara Yuga onwards, like Durga Devi, like the statues, each and everything is there, that worship is there. Now currently people are doing like
It's
sacrificing.
not from it's not from that time. It's far, far, far before Rukmini Devi's time. This is the uh, we are currently in the Vaivasvata Manvantara. There are 14 Manus in a day of Brahma. This is the 55th or 50th year of Brahma, something like that. And in that, today is the midday, where it's the seventh Manu, who's the Vaivasvata Manu. Before Vaivasvata Manu, there was Swayambhuva Manu, Chakshusha Manu. Like that, there were six other Manus who were present before Vaivasvata Manu. Before Vaivasvata Manu came into picture, this potency of Durga Devi, who I mean, at the time of creation, like what we heard from the Brahma Samhita lectures, Durga Devi was manifested there. So it's all like each Chaturyuga cycle is approximately 4.3 million years. And several such millions of years before that is when you still had, even at the beginning of the day of Brahma. Does
Okay.
that answer? No?
Yes.
So the worship of Durga Devi as this external potency of the Supreme Lord, who herself has her uh, inner origin. It's also from the internal potency, but she's actually the external potency who consorts with Lord Shiva. All that was present right from the beginning of creation, which is from the beginning of the day of Brahma for us. Okay. Any other thought, comment, or question?
So how do we offer our respects to Durga Devi Prabhu? Like, is it allowed for us to visit the temple? And there are so many rituals. So now that Navratri is approaching, what do we do on those days?
Nice one. Okay. For us, uh, for Durga Devi here, it is just like we very much understands that she's playing a very important role. She, as Durga Devi, as she's the the goddess who controls this material world, and she continuously tries to see whether we really want Krishna or we want to enjoy whatever she gives to us in this world, and thereby we want to continue to remain in the prison. So that, like the jail warden continuously sees whether this person's character has reformed and can he get an early parole or early release from the prison, or this person's character has not improved. He is fit to remain in this jail only. So that's how Durga Devi does. And when Durga Devi like sees that a person is reforming himself, etc., she gives more and more association of Krishna. So, in that sense, Durga Devi and Krishna work in tandem. All the energies of Krishna are meant to please Krishna, and all they are meant to enhance the satisfaction of Krishna. And Krishna's satisfaction arises when the soul comes back to him. When I say comes back, I should rather say comes reinstates his loving relationship with Krishna. Now that reinstate, sometimes you may look at it as a something in the time domain, but it's not exactly that. That's one part. So now comes to the second part of your question. How do we do here? Durga Devi's worship that happens here. What we shouldn't do. I'll tell you what we shouldn't do first, and what we do is one. There are certain rituals where the worship of Durga Devi is through offerings of meat. We should not encourage that. That is for those in the mode of ignorance. So the Supreme Lord has permitted some things for people of different kinds, and we should not slid into the mode of ignorance to that extent that we offer meat to her, or some offer alcohol also to her. That is not what we should be doing at all. On the other hand, this very same time during the Navaratri time, it is not just for Mother Durga, but it's in general a favorable time for many for worship of in various other ways also. Uh, we can definitely go to the temple of Goddess Durga. We can pay homage. There will be some nice decorations that will be done. Like sometimes some I know maybe you are from Andhra. There is one day in which they decorate goddess Durga with flowers, another day with fruits, another day with dry fruits, and one day with vegetables, like that. Especially the Kanaka Durga temple, it's in Vijayawada, I guess. Um, so, uh, glorifying the beauty of the goddess, glorifying her merciful nature that she is assisting the Supreme Lord. That is all fine, Mataji. There is nothing wrong in it. It is appreciable. It's not about nothing wrong. It is even appreciable. Any other comment from anybody else on this or any other topic?
Prabhu, when we talk about this purpose or goal for yourself, can we, like how Kumarika Mataji mentioned, I mean, this question I got yesterday evening. Can we make such things as goal which are not quantifiable? For example, developing the taste for the holy name, or working in the office in the mood to please Krishna. These are not quantifiable. Getting up early in the morning.
Yeah, we'll come to that. And Vinodini is in the train. I think she has raised her hand. Let me listen to her. I think she either to your question or previous question she might have an
Yeah.
answer. Please.
Sorry, Prabhu. It is me.
Hema Sundari Mataji, please. You are in the train.
Maybe
So
you
please
are
tell.
very. You are expecting Vinodini Mataji. So
Oh, please
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Prabhu, I raised my hand to talk about the short-term goals.
Okay.
Actually, similar to what Kumarika Mataji spoke, recently I have been to this Rupotsav. After seeing this festival, I was very, very inspired by the life of Rupa Goswami. I somehow want to get closer to him. So I don't know if I'm setting my goals right, but I was thinking that maybe I should read his verses, meditate on his verses. So I was thinking at least weekly one verse, meditate on its meaning for 1 week, and then go to the next verse, something like that. I haven't started yet. I'm just on the way back, but this is something that I discussed with Mataji also, Vinodini Mataji also. So she raised her hand for me to speak. I still haven't made it very clear, but something, I just want to do something to please Rupa Goswami and get closer to him, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you. In that, in one sense, in part, the Prabhu is an answer to your question. So if I were to take it back to what Kumarika Mataji said very nicely, that I want to develop a taste for the holy name. Out of her humility and shyness, Kumarika Mataji probably didn't tell the details, but associated with each of these, associated with that goal, it looks like a non-quantifiable goal. There will be a quantifiable thing. For example, how do I achieve taste? To achieve taste, I need appreciation, which means uh, either reading or recollecting something which enhances one's appreciation for Krishna. So spending 10 minutes every day or 20 minutes or until I get some taste for Krishna, that will be one sub goal of that. Then when one comes in front of the deities or deity's picture or Tulsi, and then one starts chanting to get the taste for the holy name, one starts reciting some prayers of humility, etc. So that becomes a quantifiable thing. And we also know that everything quantifiable doesn't lead to something in quality. So, eh, I mean, a quantifiable thing is at least for 5 times that I chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or 10 times, or 1 round, or whatever be that, I am going to pray, Krishna, help me. I want to pray, Krishna, this is so sweet. Like, for example, when we take the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, there is a meaning of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra by, I think, Gopala Guru Goswami, which says the first Hare is Radha is pining for Krishna. Then the next Krishna is searching out for Radha. So that is one way in which one can get the taste for the holy name. There are various other books given by nice stalwart devotees like Sachindan Maharaj, Gurujan Prabhu, etc., which have sections on how to cultivate the taste for the holy name. So, like what Kumari Kamataji is saying, she might probably be reading that, etc., or she plans to read it and put emotions into action. So, putting emotion into action is also a step. Not, it may not come out as quantifiable one, but it is a step. And being and having a sense of humility that I'm still not getting the taste is also a step towards taste. So these are all steps taken. Some are quantifiable steps, and others are steps not quantifiable but actionable steps. So either quantifiable or actionable steps are required for quality, and I think that was inherent or implicit in Kumarika Mataji's statement. Did I understand you correctly, Kumarika Mataji? I should have let you answer actually. I'm sorry.
Yes, Prabhu, you elaborated very nicely. So, as I told you, as the first step, I know I'm nowhere near taste. So, the first of all, the attentive chanting. So, I'm trying for that as the first step, as the doable or actionable thing. And attentiveness, at least we can quantify. We know how much attentive you are. As soon as you finish that mantra, you know that whether I'm attentive or not. So my goal is now, the immediate goal is attentive chanting. That is what I said. At least in 1 year, I'm going to concentrate this year more and more on that.
Thank you.
I'm reading. For that, as you mentioned, I'm hearing whatever festival of holy name and other things which I can hear about chanting. I'm trying to.
Did that satisfy?
Completely satisfied, Prabhu. But just one follow-up, not follow-up questions. Another question from today's thing, but we can answer tomorrow. Can you give an example of like, what do you want to be internally? Can you give some examples of this?
Okay, that's a question for everybody. We'll kind of have that question tomorrow because it's 7:15. We are already 15 minutes overboard today.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.